Hello, hello. I will do the boring job of explaining what this is because I know how to play this game, of course, but yeah. So this is as Lewis said, Stalingrad 42, but we're not playing as the Battle of
Bum, bum,
Stalingrad. We're playing
bum. There we
Fall
go.
Blau, which was the lead up to Stalingrad, and I'll let Lewis do the rules and stuff before I start yammering on.
Well, you can introduce it first, maybe, but I'll just go through the whole initial start thing again. So, welcome to SoMuchGame. For and tonight we're playing Stalingrad 42, which is by. Is it too much sound now? My sound is being a problem lately. Is by Mark Simonitch and published by GMT Games. And in the same vein as we did last time with Battle of Kursk, we're going to run through the rules a bit first. Quickly, it's rather a bit more complex than Battle of Kursk, so we won't spend too much time on that. But before we get to that, Nye is going to give you a concise history of Fall Blau.
Yes, and I'm going to fix my chair because I just realized I'm way too high up and I'm slouching.
That's all right.
So let's set the scene here. It is 1942 summer, and the Wehrmacht has a plan. You see, their initial Operation Barbarossa, which was the largest land invasion ever seen in history into the Soviet Union, has stalled and actually led to them retreating slightly, not capturing Moscow, having them siege Leningrad, and also not beating the Soviet Union, which they think is weird because they kind of just assumed that they'd break under any amount of pressure given. We're not getting into why because that's too much historical information for now. So, the plan with Fall Blau is not taking land. That's the thing that some people might get confused with. The plan is to take their resources, which is the oil deposits in the
Caucasus.
oh my yes, the Caucasus, and also, and this is the one that a lot of people forget, to create cauldrons, which is where the panzer forces encircle large Soviet army groups, and then they, using very horrible language, liquidize them, so destroy them, to blunt the Soviets' fighting power. Just for historical context, they didn't do this because they did that last year, and the Soviets are a lot smarter now, a lot more aware, and run away, which sounds bad, but when you think about it, if you're running away from people that have got to chase you, the chasee is going to run out of steam faster than you. So that's what they're trying to do, and we're going to see if that happens. Obviously, I don't have high hopes for myself because it's got lots of rules, but that is the basic of this. If you ask any questions throughout, we might answer them.
Yeah.
I'm going to try not to.
And probably I don't know, we'll probably still end up like talking about God knows what for half an hour anyway. That seems to be how our sessions go. Nye has very, very courageously in this case decided to take on the job of the Axis in this rather rules heavy game.
yeah, because I thought
having never played it before, so we'll soon see how well you manage to encircle my Soviet units. I think we'll get started with the rules of play quickly. And you can see them up over there. We'll go through it. So, important things is it's a hex and counter war game. So basically, you have square counters on hexagons moving about and trying to destroy each other. a sample unit will run through that first. The bottom three numbers are your attack strength, which will probably be the lowest number for an infantry division and the highest number for a panzer or tank division. Then the defense strength is the second, the middle number at the bottom. That's going to be pretty much the other way around. So infantry defend better than they attack, and vice versa for tanks. And then the third, the rightmost number is your movement rate, which will be is basically the amount of hexes you could move affected by whatever terrain is in the hex itself. Essentially, like an infantry unit could move up to 3 hexes in normal movement. If it was just open clear hexes, possibly 6 if they were moving along a road for the entire time, and maybe only 1 if they were moving into an enemy zone of control or into rough terrain, for instance. Then other than those major units, you also have 3 stacking units, they're called. So literally they can stack for free. They're the same, but they usually have an icon on them rather than the NATO symbols, and it has a white border all the way around it. We'll get to why you have those in a second, because the stacking limit in this game is 3 units plus 1 free stacking unit for the Axis, and 2 units plus 1 free stacking unit for the Soviets. The only thing that really affects that, let me just make sure I'm getting that right, is the Soviet unit. Well, the Soviet army also has Soviet army HQs, where they can basically form a kind of small army that allows them to do the same as the Axis and have 3 stacking combat units plus 1 free stacking unit. So phase-wise for the sequence of play, we won't really have to worry about weather, because that only starts at turn 17, and we're playing Fall Blau, which runs from turn 1 to turn 8, like the initial phase of the campaign game, basically. The Axis player goes first each turn, and then you have an initial phase where you flip units and stuff to their ready status and bring in air support and so forth. And then a movement phase where you're going to move all your units, combat phase where you attack, a recovery phase, a supply phase, and then it goes to the Soviets. And then after both sides have run through that phase, there's a victory determination phase where you run through the amount of victory points included at that point to see if anyone's won yet, and that's the end of the turn then. So we'll be doing that 8 times basically. The first one will probably be a little slow. Nye has also seen the map at this point and has realised he may have underestimated the level.
To be fair, no matter which way you sliced it, I probably would be having a tough time. So I just decided to pick.
It's all right. Like, you know the basics of hex and counter games now. The only important things that get added in at this kind of level operational is you have zones of control and supply. But we'll go
oh
on
boy,
to
I'm
that.
excited. Supply, that's not going to be shit.
Supply's real. Yeah, I know, but it's pretty simplified, so don't worry too much about it.
I'm not worried about the rules of it. We'll airdrop it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
I just moved that, I think. Darn it.
Yeah, boy.
So
I'm not excited for my
movement,
chances.
yeah, movement is basically, as I told you, you have basic movement, which is just moving up to your movement speed for your units. Road movement is the same, but you use half movement. So
Yeah.
it costs half a movement point to move rather than a full one. So you can move 2 hexes for each movement point you have on your unit. And then you also have extended movement, which is if you don't start. I think you can start though. Yeah. If you don't end in an enemy zone of control, so within the 6 hexes surrounded a good order enemy unit, you can move your full movement plus an extended extra 3 movement points.
Oh Jesus! I just realised. Fuck. I've also have I also got the Hungarian, Romanian, and Italian troops as well to
Yeah,
micro.
of course.
Oh fucking hell! I was wondering why some of them were different colors. I was like, what are these like dark green and light
Yeah.
green and
No,
like
no, you have
no?
everyone under you.
Oh, I've got
Yeah.
everybody. Fucking hell. Okay.
Bubble Reg. These games tend to try and put some balance in it, and usually what they'll do is they'll balance it towards victory conditions, because it's very hard to, you can't really, like, usually a lot of times there is one side that was overwhelmingly more powerful than the other one in a given situation, so it's, you can't really balance that out game wise itself, other than by victory conditions. Like in this case, it, in the initial phase, it's down to how much territory the Axis can take, how many of those objectives, like taking cities, trying to encircle tank units and things like that, and trying to hit the caucuses they can do within the historical time frame in comparison to the historical result, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because, as we have said many, many times before, if you take any of the famous battles on the Eastern Front, especially the ones before the demise of Stalingrad, and the Wehrmacht wins them, that doesn't mean they win the war in the East. It makes their chances a bit better, but it doesn't definitively, like, if they won Stalingrad or if they won that, they still have to take the rest, because the Soviets were going to fight pretty much, I would imagine, although we never saw it, like, passed into the Ural Mountains, I would imagine as well, like properly just all the way back. So yeah.
I mean, if you have
also,
plans to move your entire industrial process, physically uplift it and move it back, then you're probably not planning on surrendering straight away.
And I think also from my perspective, these games, while they are fun to win, they are also just very cathartic to just kind of strategize and stuff, even if you know you're going to be grimmed into the dirt.
Then another type of movement is tactical movement, which basically is you can always move up to 1 to 2 hexes if you want. But you have to stop when entering an enemy zone of control, and you can't cross an enemy zone of control bond. We'll get to what that means in a bit. But that sort of thing is mainly useful also for like crossing rivers and things like that, because it means you can start adjacent to it and then leap over a river or something, rather than there are situations where you otherwise probably wouldn't be able to move or wouldn't be able to do very much at all. Major rivers and stuff also affect your movement, but you can create pontoon bridges or cross-up bridges. A pontoon bridge is basically any time you have one unit on the opposite side of the river and you move a unit that you want to move up next to it, it can cross there as if there was a bridge there, a pontoon bridge basically. So you need to have a initial unit on the other side. Zones of control is the 6 hexes surrounding a combat unit. That's important, but mostly in the sense of enemy zone of control, in which case whenever you're moving into something, into an enemy zone of control, it will cost you extra movement or you'll have to stop.
Okay.
And it also affects your supply.
You'll have to keep me.
Well, we'll run through it as you. Yeah, don't worry. It's not like I'm going to remember all of them anyway. I will try my best, but I've played a few games in this series. This is a series of games, by the way. You've got Stalingrad 42, Ukraine 43, Holland 44, and Normandy 44. I think that's all of them, unless I'm forgetting one. Yeah. They all play using roughly the same system. So, a zone of control bond is something specific to sort of this series of games, but also because of the operational level. If you have two combat units next to each other, like 2 infantry divisions or whatever, and there's a hex between them that's empty, but they're both not disrupted, so they're in good order, just their normal situation, they form a zone of control bond between them. It's essentially a line that you can't scoot through that hex in between them, because the idea is the units is like, although they're in that those 2 hexes, they're kind of spread out far enough that they form a connection between the 2 of them. And that's just a way of setting up your defensive lines so that you don't have to be adjacent to each other in long curly lines. You can leave a hex in between. But we'll get to that when it's relevant as well. That's mostly movement. Shall we start off with the movement? And then let's see how things go.
Watch as I get progressively more and more confused. Okay, let's do this. I only have.
I will transition us over so that everyone can watch as well. And then I'll open the map myself so that I can see it better. Right. So this is you're starting off in the initial phase.
Yep.
Of turn 1. So for you. And in the initial phase, you collect all air units and place them in their holding boxes on the ready side for the axis. That's 2 air units, basically. And they're gonna.
How do I grab my air units?
There's probably like, if you click open the player aid boxes, there's. If you click open, I think
Oh, there they are. Yeah.
The and I have Balkan cross the axis display thingy.
Yep.
At the top,
they're
already in there. Well, you can leave them there if you want. They're already in there. They're already set up. This is that display, which the people at home cannot see. That display is basically your display for everything that's going on in the turn. So you can grab things there and move them when you need them. Just know that those 2 units are ready at the moment, and so can be used for combat. Okay, that's no bother. Things like that.
And are they like pop them and they're used, or just a general like?
Well, they're kind of very useful, especially on attacking, but also you can use them in defense. But on attack, you can put them on the initial combat. And then they follow that unit if there's a breakthrough combat, as long as they remain within 15 hexes of your last rail link.
I can lose them, I presume. Like if you fight and successfully knock them out.
No, not really. It's just
Oh.
it's a
Oh
because
well, I guess
I don't have air units. It's just a
I
kind
just
of
realised
representation of the idea that initially you have air superiority.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
they had
as
pretty
the season
decent air superiority.
passes, you'll go down
What?
to
No.
1 and maybe 0 as well if it gets a bit chilly. So,
Yeah. Well, I was
but
also
you also
'cause they
get
had.
Romanian planes at some point.
Oh, Jesus Christ! They had air superiority during the Battle of Stalingrad, didn't they? The Luftwaffe.
Yeah, well,
and
that
then
was the idea of they were going to
turned.
be able to supply them by air continuously, but that proved a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Unlikely.
Okay, I will bear that in mind.
Yeah. So,
I don't know where I'm
other
going to
than
use
that,
them.
in your initial phase, well, you only really have to add them in when you start a combat. So if you say like, we're going to attack there, then you can add them to that attack. So in the movement phase, it's not going to be that important.
No problem.
Remove train markers. There won't be any yet. Access fortifications on the construction are completed. That's not going to happen either yet. You can spend allocate the 2 access resource points. Now that is going to be something that you're going to want to do.
Okay,
basically you have 2 resource points that you can use to create or repair things each turn or create fortifications. Let me get to the right page. Yeah, I have the book here as well. It's just otherwise I'll have to keep flipping back to the other overlay. Damn it, where did I put it? Join us for an interesting stream of me reading a book out loud to Nye, whilst he looks at a map in slight confusion.
It's all right. So, as always, if anyone has any questions about history stuff, we'll answer them.
Yeah, what you can do with a resource point is begin the construction of a fortification, flip an artillery support unit, which are those army HQs you can see there, or army divisions if there are any on the map that you can see. So the ones with the yellow boxes. Basically,
yes,
in your case,
I can see them.
They're your headquarter kind of generalization of your headquarters support. So it's basically a giant artillery unit in this case.
Yeah, okay.
But they're all currently on their ready side. They should all be.
Yeah.
They all start off ready, so you don't really have to worry about that at the moment. So you can use them to flip them to their ready side once they've been used, but they haven't been. You can place a supply unit or a supply point in a friendly entry area. That's probably what you're going to want to do with it. Or place a planned offensive marker on a front, but that's for the as far as I know, that's not even in this game, and I think that's Ukraine 43.
Okay. So what was the thing you said? I'd want to use this for this one. It was the third
one.
one.
Add a planned offensive as well. You can spend a resource point to place a planned offensive marker upside down on any HQ that is in good order. If that's... Wait, what does that do? Effects. When used, the attacker uses 2 dice on the... Alright, so basically if you do combats and use that planned offensive, you can roll 2 dice and pick the best one. But the other one, supply points, are essentially extra artillery resources that you can add to one of those artillery units. So you bring it in as a supply point and you have to physically drive it up to the unit and put it on there. But then you can spend it in the same way that you would spend the artillery unit. So rather than flipping it, you can spend a supply point, or you could do both at the same time and like use it to use that artillery headquarters unit.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Fire at 2 different combats at the same time, because otherwise they can only assist in one.
Okay, that makes sense.
You have 2 points, so I'm imagining either a planned offensive or supply points would be useful.
I think a planned offensive would be the wise one to go for.
Before I let you do that, in the first turn, this turn, you can only use tactical movement for your units, which is you can move up to 2 hexes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I was just going to answer one of Bubble Reg's things. No, Bubble Reg. So this one, what we were talking about was the Battle of Kursk, which is in 43. And actually, if once the map's up, I can show you, we're actually at Kursk as a starting point for Fall Blau.
Let me scroll down there. So that
it's in these. It's right next to ZY. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, basically, no. So the running out of ammo for the artillery pieces and all that kind of stuff, that happens as a result of Stalingrad, because they lose a lot of their heavy equipment from the 6th Army, but also they're having fuel shortages. Well, yeah, they have no 6th Army. Yeah, basically. And they are running low on fuel and equipment because they use so much of it in this offensive. Because, yeah, as I said, their plan was do it again, but towards the Caucasus. And the Soviets went, great, we're not going to let you do that to us. And this is also around the time where Hitler's like micromanaging bullshit really reached its peaks, which led, no joke, to a traffic jam where I believe like 3 whole panzer divisions were on top of each other, basically, because he was constantly moving them to attack here, and they're just like, we can't be in all these places at once, and you're just burning through our fuel reserves. So yeah, that's the summation of it. So not the great place I imagine this campaign's going to go for my side, but that's okay.
This part of it's probably going to be pretty okay for you.
Yeah,
because you're going to be pushing up to Stalingrad, which is
yeah. Say that to the guys that'll be huddling for warmth in a bombed out
thingy. That's
workhouse.
There you go. Stalingrad isn't even on this map.
No, it wouldn't be. We're still at the isn't this the isthmus of an isthmus is an opening, isn't it, in a river? Because this is like this big blue bit is the Black Sea, isn't it?
Yeah. Or is it the Sea of what's the other sea? The Sea of Azov.
That's the big
Azov.
Inland.
That's the
inland sea. No, this is definitely.
This is the Black Sea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that's.
I'm pretty sure.
Going down towards the Caucasus down there.
Aye, because this is the bend in the river that they held for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And Rostov is here, so.
Yeah.
Right. So, 2 resource points. 2 resource points.
Yes. And I just pick and I pick an infantry unit to give them the planned offensive.
Oh, you put it on one of those HQ units.
Okay.
So
I'd like to put it. How do I mark that on the map? Do I just
if you look up above map A, right next to map A, there's an offensive prepared ready thingy, so you can drag one of them down and put it on top.
I'm going to pop it on this HQ up here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it does tell you. And I'm going to put this one on.
So you're spending them both on prepared offensives, which is probably a good idea,
if that's okay.
Honest. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's going to go wonky. Right, I don't want to... Oh, there we go. and I want this one on this one. I'll just.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. It moves the map automatically as well. Saves me scrolling and going,
Excellent.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, yeah, but that's my plant offensive sorted.
Yeah.
So that's the points
Okay.
spent.
Yeah. So that's those 2 points spent. You can place access reinforcements in friendly entry areas. That's not relevant yet. Restore access units using replacements. That's also not relevant. Flip access leaders to their ready side. I believe they're probably all ready. There's only one leader in this for the axis.
What,
they
like
might not be,
Paulus
yeah.
or?
Have a look. It's Munstein.
Oh yeah, fuck! Completely forgot that. 'Cause he got sacked, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he's not on the map yet, but he can be. So you can add, yeah. Leader units are non-combat units that use the mechanized movement rate. Each leader has a special ability to re-roll a dice roll once per turn. If a re-roll is used, it must be taken. The player cannot choose between the 2 dice rolls. Flip the leader over when the ability is used, and flip the leader back to its front side during each friendly initial phase.
It was
Manstein allows the Axis player to re-roll 1 combat, basically.
Okay, interesting.
I think he's not actually on the map yet. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Can we do naval invasions?
The thingy in the Caucasus part of it, Planblucher is in there as well, but you have to take the port first, and then they bring the units in. But in this, in general,
okay.
yeah. But in this part, in general, there's no real like.
Yeah, no, I know.
There's no rule set for
Well, because they didn't have access because.
No, yeah.
What's the word? Because the straight into the Black Sea was thingied by the Turkish government. Well, it's Turkey still is today, and they were like, "No, we're not letting any Axis ships through because that'll get us like in a shit ton of trouble with all of the rest of the world. So we're not doing that." But I don't think they let Soviet ships out. I think they let the supplies come through because they had an agreement beforehand, but I don't think so. Suffice to say, the naval battles of the Black Sea are not the, stuff of Civil Legends. Though they did happen, obviously, because the Romanians and Bulgarians had not an amazing fleet, but they had ships, and the Soviets did have ships out there as well.
I'll be honest, I have no idea where Manstein is. I think he's hiding somewhere. So if you can find him, you can bring him onto the map.
I don't know. Is he under something? Like, is he perhaps the way they've done the map?
Yeah, that was what I was looking for as well, but can't really see him anywhere.
No, it's NKVD.
Yeah, that's me. Leave those poor NKVD units alone.
I don't think they're gonna do too well.
I don't think any of them are gonna do too well. Looking at what I've got.
But like the NKVD was not, because like it wasn't the whole thing with the commissars is that they were like political advisors given military power. They weren't trained.
It is like a Soviet political position.
Yeah,
they're political officers.
Oh wait, it's who's this?
Have you found?
I've got something called a SEC. SEC
Oh, that's
division.
a security division. It's basically like a
Oh
garrison.
dear. Oh yeah,
Uh,
don't like the sound of those guys.
yeah. Anti-partisan garrisons.
Oh yeah, no, definitely don't
Yeah.
like the sound of those guys. Yikes. Okay.
I thought you might not.
Oh no,
I'll
very
be
very
honest, I have no idea.
There's like a black. There's a black. Oh my god, I have a Slovenian division. I do.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Well, when you
Fucking
play as
hell.
the Axis, you end up with all of the Axis units.
Oh, the Axis miners. Yikes.
Yeah, there's probably like
Oh, that
Romanians, Hungarians, and
Italians
Italians in
and
there, yeah,
like
and
one
Slovenian.
Slovenian.
Yeah.
Oh, Hungary, you're not looking too hot when the Slovenians can do more attack than you and have the same defense. Oh, geez. I have. Oh, no, I'm not even going to say what that one is. I've just found. Yeah, I found out what one of my tank divisions is, or not tank,
Oh yeah,
motorized division.
well, you know,
Yeah,
you were
they were
liable
all
to
smart.
have them.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I have no idea where Manstein is, but now I know
No,
intimately all
fine.
the.
Well,
Oh,
I
God.
don't know where Chukov is either, so if if you want to just play it without the leaders, we can just
We'll
do
play
that.
it if you do. Yeah, if you don't have yours either, then we'll play it without.
Okay, and then flip any planned defensive markers begun in the previous turn to their ready side. Well, they're on ready now anyway. So then your movement turn starts, and you can move some, none, or all of your Axis movements units. And in this case, they can all, according to the Fall Blau scenario rules, which I read earlier. During the movement turn of turn 1, Axis combat units may only use their tactical movement, move 2 hexes.
So
Supply
I have a
points may use their
question.
full movement. And
Is
you
it
are
is
allowed to cross boundaries. Yeah.
so my question is this: is there any strategic value in this game to not just mass moving every unit? The reason I say this is because if everyone can see the map, there are some divisions. Well, there's like what? Actually, there's only one. There's like one Romanian division in Maripol. But obviously, as the front moves, is it worth? Like, I know this sounds a bit strange. Is there any value in just trying to move everything in one go, or like what I'm trying to say is, if I lose divisions, does that affect me in later phases, or does the game not
If
bother
you
with that?
lose divisions, you're either going to have to build replacements to rebuild them, or
Okay, or I
some
just don't have them,
cases, yeah, they'll
like
just be
armored.
gone.
Okay, that's fine. But
Well,
if we do,
what it also is you get a certain number of replacements, but you have certain units that are 3 steps rather than 2 steps or 1 step. Basically, if you
okay,
lose a step, you flip it, and some of
no,
those are 3 steps, so they can be removed and replaced with a remnant.
that's
But
fine.
if you lose that
So
remnant, you can't rebuild them. But if you
yeah,
rebuild that remnant, you can rebuild the unit.
that's fine. So like hypothetically, if we were to do the Caucasus campaign and I
Yeah.
like had these units, all these units transplant over to the Caucasus campaign.
Yeah, that's actually one of the scenarios as well. So if this goes well, we could give that a shot.
Yeah, no, I'd like to,
If you-
because for those who don't know, we're actually around about the same time when Stalingrad was happening, November-ish, like 70,
wow,
76 years ago. Well, yeah,
it's
because
like I magically planned that, but I didn't.
I actually thought you'd had,
It's just
but
random. No, it was
no,
mostly
it's
just
all
random.
right. Because I'm watching, I think I told you about this. I'm watching the World War II week by week, and they're covering it, and it's really fascinating to learn about it. Also horrifying because
Yeah.
But
That,
yeah, that is the.
yeah.
Oh,
Also,
sorry,
Bubble
but
Ridge. Well, I feel like I'm mentioning this again as if it's in any way important. I did actually make a card game about the Italian wars, so probably that I'd like to finish it at some point. Other than that, you go first, now.
I don't have. See, I have a slight switch with it, which is I quite like the really big the big games where you're playing on theater level.
Yeah,
And I quite like the interchange between but if I sorry, that's my first thing. So I'm not familiar with these kinds of games. I'm more familiar with like the big ones. I kind of am sick of World War II as that. I wouldn't want to, if I was allowed to make one, I wouldn't want to do World War II. Maybe World War One, but not really. I'd probably want to do a more underseen series of conflicts. I don't know what era. There was a couple. The other one I would want to do is have like a little anthology of like really small, like smaller conflicts, and just kind of have that as like a set. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or, and this is my silly one, just do all the bloodless wars, which are a thing. You should look them up. Most of them are ridiculous. There's literally one called the Kettle War, which like that is supposedly apocryphally the only casualty was a pot of soup, because somebody shot at it and they were like, my soup. Yeah. Seriously, look it up. It's a real thing. But yeah, I don't have any strong ideas myself, but I don't think I'd want to make a World War II one, because that I feel would just be too wouldn't really be for me. I definitely want to. I probably would want to do some things though with like in the age of gunpowder. I don't know how confident I'd be making something from like medieval or like ancient or classical, I should say, warfare periods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably also, sorry, final thing. Probably also want to see stuff from other cultures. Wargaming can be very Western European focused, and that sucks, because there is so much other stuff going on in the world. I'd love to see that. Although I don't think I would make that. I don't think that'd be appropriate for me to make someone else's culture's thing. But I'd love to play some, or just talk to people making them. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like if someone was making stuff about.
There are like a fair few war game designers out there nowadays that occasionally I see pass by and go, "Ooh, that's a conflict that I know vaguely little or nothing about. That sounds really interesting." But but for me, no. Well, I have some minor plans on making like an alternate history 1870s one, which replaces the First World War, but with different sides. Vaguely similar sides, but different. Called Pickelhaube and Piff helmets, but you know. Well.
I know what. You can't just say that like, oh, I'm just doing this like really fucking awesome, cool thing, but it's whatever.
It is in very early stages.
That's okay. What I will say, sorry, also, I don't dislike hex maps. Sorry, because I'm just asking the last one, but I'm not savvy enough with board games to like, whoa, I'll use this type of board game or that type. So I can't say for that how I would run that.
I personally, I like hex encounters maps because it gives you a lot of options.
Oh yeah, for like
also kind of like area maps as well. If I was creating a war game or something similar, area maps are also kind of cool because you get similar effect, but it's like a big block rather than just hexes. But I'm not a fan of point to point, to be honest.
We should play the game, but what is that? I'm not familiar with point to point.
So basically, you get a point, and then your characters or your unit or whatever, if it's a war game or an RPG, start there. And then from there are other points they can go to, and that leads to like points.
Okay.
But I don't know, for some reason it's essentially it just doesn't click with me. It's not that it's a bad style or whatever, or that I feel like there's something particularly wrong with it. I just don't personally like it.
Yeah, totally get you. Yeah, makes sense. Right, I shall
there's
start
lots
moving
of really good
things.
ones though. Yeah. Take into account, and this is something I was going to mention as well, if you can get 10 to 1 odds against something by surrounding it with units, you can declare an automatic defender shattered, which means that I automatically have to retreat as if during the combat phase I had been shattered.
Okay, interesting.
And that can be advantageous because then you don't have to fight it out, and they just retreat that far. They take a step loss and then retreat. And in the follow-up, in the advance after combat, you'll be able, like in that phase, you'll be able to move forwards then and advance after combat with. And also what it can do is clear an area during the movement phase. So those units that helped you get to those numbers can't move after that until the advance after combat. But anything around it could potentially move through that gap that is created by it.
Okay, yeah, I follow. Okay, well,
but other than that, you can just move things around.
That's fine. So one hex equals
one thing
movement.
that I just point out on the map to make it easier, that I was talking about, the zone of control bonds.
Yeah.
Basically, if you take like that top tank unit, the 129th, and then the unit in the 121st unit stacked there, there's a zone of control bond between them. So what you couldn't do, for instance, is those your stack with the 177th plus 243rd, the tank, can't just like move into that gap in between it.
Okay. Well, I plan on making encirclements first, and then we'll see how it goes. So don't worry. I'm not planning to go into zone entry area A. I'm not going past there yet.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have said that, but
yeah.
At least not with the northern group.
Like, basically what it means is for a lot of the front line, you also won't be able to just like pop a unit in between there. You'll have to destroy some units to create a hole to go through.
Okay, I'll move stuff, and you just say if it's bad or not, and then I'll move it back.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah. Okay, so my first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to have oh god, I'm gonna have to hover over these. I'm gonna have 177 plus 243, the Stug whatever battalion. I'm gonna have that move up and on to 1701, like that.
See, that's what I was saying. Basically, there's
okay.
that red line that you can see there is the border, but in this case, you can kind of, if you want to, imagine it as a line, a blocking line going between those two units.
Jesus! I'm gonna have to kill everything then.
Well, not everything, but like you'll have to take out a unit, for instance, to create a hole that you can then move through in this initial phase.
So can I be on the border?
Yeah.
But I can't go past it.
Oh no, you can't move into that hex. Yeah. It's basically as if there was a unit there.
Oh boy. Okay, right. That's fine. Well, let me find the points where I don't have units near a border that should be near it. I guess I could move. Oh, wait,
I mean,
wait a
you
minute.
can stack up to 3 units in a
What's
hex,
this
and
thin
then
dotted red line in the middle of the front?
oh, those are the different army commands that you have, basically. But you don't have to worry about those too much because your armies can move over them.
Yeah, I was about to say, because there's not a red border in the middle, so can I move freely there?
Wait, where are you moving?
So starting at, sorry, I need to hover over one. So if you go to 1312, there's like a tree. So there's a little forest. Do you see how there's not like a thick lined red point?
Yeah,
Can I move freely in those areas?
That red line-ish bit is just sort of the border, basically. I was just using it as a visual representation tool, but I didn't realize it didn't go all the way down. No, so anywhere where there are those units, it still counts as a Zoc.
Okay, that's fine.
As a Zoc bond, but let's see.
Well, it's just weird because it quite clearly starts and stops, and there's this big space in the middle. That's all. That's the only reason I'm confused.
Trying to see if there are any terrain effects on Zoc bonds.
But do you see what I mean, though? There's like
basically,
a red.
Yeah. No, basically.
No red dash.
Yeah. No, I see what it is. Yeah. No, it's right. You're in that bit. You're in the river bit. You're right, because there are two. Is that a major river hex though? Looks like a minor river hex. Then it doesn't count. Okay.
Well, it's just there's this big line, there's this big area in the middle where there isn't the border marker, and that's just making me think that like it's quite distinct. It stops around about 1312, and it starts again a lot further down.
I think that is
it's
just
okay if it's
to
not.
sort of represent a border rather than
that's
anything like that. The only thing that could have been the case would be that, like, if there were two major river hexes, but those are those thick river hexes, like you can see further back. If two of those are in between it, then that breaks a Zoc bond as well.
And remind me again, I have to. How much zone of control does each unit have? Is it just the hex?
Basically, the 6 hexes around it. Yeah.
Oh, 6. Okay.
So the top one, the bottom one, left and right, and then the ones in between that. Yeah.
There's no holes to move through, so I'll have to just maneuver. Okay, that's fine.
But the Zoc bonds themselves, so that's a zone of control. But the Zoc bonds themselves are just between two units. So between the tank unit and the infantry unit. The gap in between that is filled with a Zoc bond.
That's fine. Okay.
But I think there might be places where you could probably get that initial kind of 10, like by moving some units, 10-1 advantage, create a gap, and then move a unit through there, for instance.
It's fine. I'll just move the stuff that's not already on the front line. That's what I'll do for this movement.
Well, you can also move things around on the front line so that they're in the positions you want it for the combat phase to actually attack.
I'm not too fast. Everything that's on or like 1 or 2 hexes away from the front line is close enough for me. I'm more just concerned with the stuff that isn't.
Yeah. So
the
actively participate in an attack, anything other than an artillery unit has to be in the adjacent hex.
That's what I'm meaning. Like, there's not much point moving stuff, say, in the north, because they're pretty much all in some adjacent hex.
Yeah.
And it's the south that needs a bit of shooting up. I guess also the center. So that's what I'll just spend this movement phase doing, just basically moving shit to more advantageous positions. So I'm going to move right. Hello, Romanians. We'll deal with you first. So at 1936, I'm going to move this cavalry division up along the railway line, and that gets its half movement, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it's on
then it counts. Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's going to end up in 2228. So I'm just going to move it to 2228 like that.
There we go.
I'm then going to move the 14th Panzer Division, and that can move 6, but I could move it. No, I'll have to move 6. So I'll probably move that. Let me have a just rethink. Okay, I know I'm going to move it. So I'm going to move that 1. So that's 1 movement. Yep. So I'm going to move it to 2130, which is just 1 because it's still on the road, so it's half movement, right?
Yeah. Make it a bit clearer for everyone. Yeah.
My apologies.
So any part that it moves down the road, it can move half movement. Anything other than that, if like it moves off it,
yeah, that's okay. I'm just double checking.
The full movement cost. You can also see if you go to where is it? Player aid cards, the little tank at the top. If you click that open, it shows you the terrain movement costs for non-mech, mech, and so forth.
That's okay. Because I don't think I'm moving in any positions at the moment that are
basically if
more
you're
than 1
moving in all of those very clear
of hexes,
then it's 1 movement
clarify
point,
what
and
I'm
if you're
doing.
moving down the road,
I'm wanting to get it to 2530, right? That's where I'm wanting to move the 14th Panzers division. So I want to move. I'm going to move it to. I'm going to move it along the road to 2130, which is half a movement. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to just move it. So that's 2.
Yeah.
That's 2.5, 3.5, 4. So it's moved there.
And then
that's all right, yeah.
+2 because you moved into an enemy zone of control. But
that's fine.
6,
then that's
so it's still
6.
fine.
Yeah.
So every time you move adjacent to a unit in good order, that also costs you 2 extra movement points.
Okay, well that's okay though, since I'm still I'm going to move Panzer Division.
By the way, for the people watching, is a learning game for both of us. So there will be mistakes, and don't worry about it.
It happens.
We'll do our best.
So I'm going to move Panzer Grenadier Division 60, just 2 on a railway into 2007. Is that 2227? So that's just moved 1 basically because it's remained on a railway. And I'm just putting it there. I'm also going to do the same for the 22nd Panzer Division. I'm going to move that through here and then here, and that should still be within its movement, even though it's now in front of that big Panzer Division. I would like to move the Infantry Division 68. So 68 Infantry Division. I'm just going to move that through here to this forested tile. It shows you where I've moved them, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, it even skips to it when you move them. So
I'm going to move
it, and people at home can see it as well.
Excellent. I'm going to be moving the 1st Mounted Infantry Division, or Mounted Infantry Division. 1, 2, 3, like that. And that should still be within because it's still on the road. This is easy now, folks, because I'm on roads. The minute I go off the roads, that's when things are going to look bleak. So I'm going to try and stick to them as best I can. So we're going to have this infantry division, the 384th Infantry is going to move 1, 2, but it's moved from 1617 to 1718, but it's also got that 2 because it's moved into there. Then I've got, oh boy, that's a big stack right there.
Actually, that doesn't really matter with tactical movement because you can only move up to 2 hexes, can't you? So it doesn't. Yeah, the zone of control is kind of irrelevant at the moment because
Okay, I'm not moving anything.
Yeah.
I'm not moving anything too far, so it's not too big an issue.
Yeah, well, that's sort of it. This is the initial offensive, German offensive.
Yeah, I'm just
just
jostling things into position.
What I will say in this kind of operational game, you like in the initial phases where you've got large armies straight across from each other, you have to kind of imagine your gains as not being as far as you'll probably want them to be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get crushed.
Because each hex is actually 10 miles across.
Yeah.
It represents 10 miles. So if you move up 3 hexes, you've gone 30 miles.
So we're going to move the Romanian infantry division just across here, just so that little area there's covered. We're then going to move the this stack of 3, the 29th Panzer Grenadier Division, the 23rd Panzer Division, and the 3rd Panzer Division are just going to move 1, 2 here, like that.
Okay.
I should really move this infantry regiment and Stug, but I'm not. I guess I'll move them along here and then there. Oh, that's what I shall do. I'll move it incrementally so that
Stug unit at the top is one of those free stacking units I mentioned. So you could combine the unit underneath with like the unit across from it, the 113th. Only has 2 units in the stack, so you could add that unit underneath.
The
infantry unit
Stug.
underneath, plus the Stug unit, because that's a free stacking unit.
So
you can stack one of those units above the limit of 3 for free.
Oh, I'm going to do that for the Stug then, because it's right in front of two Panzers.
Well, yeah. What that also gives you is a tank shift in combat, because you have a tank in combat, and either the attacker or defender can get that, and if they both have it, it cancels each other out.
Okay,
and then if you notice those red dots on certain units, that means that they're an elite unit as well, and then they get an elite tank shift.
Okay. I'm going...
And then they get an extra tank shift, basically.
I'm going to move the 340th Infantry Division. 1, 2, 3... And I can move it 6, can't I? Because if I'm moving only on the roads and it's half movement, okay. I'm keeping it to the roads. 4, 5, 6. Like, oh, wait, no. It's moved right in front of the... Oh, so should I move it back 1? If it's moved next to this...
Yeah, because you wouldn't have the 2 left to move it back.
Yep, that's no bother. Just double checking. I think that's the north done. The north didn't have much to move. I just wanted to move him so that he could back that up. I'm not going to move the security division.
I think the main offensive part is going to be in the north, so you basically want to look there what you'll be able to best exploit a gap in and so forth.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just trying to make sure everything's where it needs to be. I'm just going to move... Actually, I'll move the security division just 1 like that, just so it's ready.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody moved, though. Yeah, the cavalry division's moved. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's everybody. So unless I need to move my to move my headquarters, I presume.
They have a box next to it. The black box with the white lettering in at the bottom right is the range that they can provide support to. So within 5 hexes, for instance, is not a problem.
Okay. You might have to keep
because if you move them, they count as disrupted.
Right, yeah, you'll have to keep me right with that.
Units, I think, HQ units probably also. Just look it up. Yeah, no, that's okay. It's just, count out 5 hexes, because it's basically a giant artillery barrage barrage coming in.
You might have to might have to keep reminding me because I might
Don't
get a
worry.
bit confused with
Like I
that.
said, there's going to be
Okay,
plenty of things I forget. Are there any places where you want to make use of an automatic defender shattered result? So where you think you can get 10 to
is
1 odds is basically the idea.
I
Taking
I
into
don't
account that you
I don't know.
can that your tank shifts, for instance. So if you have tanks and the enemy doesn't, gives you a shift to the right. So 1 extra, like if it was 2 to 1, it become 3 to 1. And then if you have an elite tank shift, that's another 1. So then it would become 4 to 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see any, but then that's probably me just not being able to do maths very well. Yeah, I don't know.
No. If you want to just do combat, I think there's probably some up in the north though. If you wait,
No, we'll just do combat.
3,
We'll just
2, yeah, probably difficult. Yeah,
let's just do combat. We'll deal with that when, because as I
Yeah.
said, the zone of control stuff kind of messed me up in what I needed to do.
Well, that's like the Zoc Bond is these series of games. It's something that's specific to that,
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
something you definitely have to take into account. But yeah, I like it as well as it creates that idea of a front.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Because like, it's not like when you look at maps of it, it's not like they had a soldier for every meter of ground that was there. There were open spots, but in reality, sure, you could just be like, guys, we'll just go here and drive, and then you'd be in the middle of nowhere with no support because they'd just walk behind where you've driven and cut you off. That's why you need to have a lot of momentum behind it.
Well, the thing is also you can use that to make those cauldron ideas to create pockets as well, because if you can surround the unit, you don't have to have units on all 6 hexes or whatever, or all the hexes facing its supply line to block it off from its supply.
Like the divisions would not be all concentrated in one place. Like a division's quite a large unit.
Yeah.
Like divisions, is the largest before you get to like army groups, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, 2 to 3 divisions is going to be a core, and then you're forming armies after that. So
yeah, divisions are quite big. There's a lot. There's like thousands, isn't there, in a division?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about? Now you've put me on the spot. I can't remember.
Oh, sorry. I that wasn't a question. It was just a general, thousands. And also bear in mind,
I'm gonna work up.
For context, though, they would have used different metrics than how we classify them today, wouldn't they? Because I know the Soviets called their fronts armies, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like the thingy army, when they meant not a front. Sorry. I know they used armies in a weird way. I can't remember. Like the terminology.
So, yeah, that's what I was right apparently, but there you go. It's like about 10,000 a division.
Okay. So that's my movement done. I'm not too fussed about trying to do the 10 to 1 stuff because I'm just not really aware how to do that. So don't worry about that.
It's also one of those rules that like every time I read it, I completely forget about it when I'm playing as well, because it's probably one of those things that if you're really good at this and have that strategic insight, like haha. But
it's fine. We'll work
and
it out.
If you haven't played it before, then
it'll be fine.
So then after that, we'll move on to the combat phase, which means that you can attack, make any attacks that you want. Basically, any of your units can only attack something once, except for breakthrough attacks, but that comes after initially winning a combat. And you can only attack a target hex once as well. You don't have to attack with everything in one of your hexes, but the target hex you're attacking has to defend with every unit in the hex.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's going to be a few modifiers to that.
Okay, there isn't anything to say, like, I have attacked here, does there? Like, there's not a thing I can click, so your map will go to that immediately, is there? Just I'm thinking...
Might be some markers or something. There's a show hide markers palette. If you look through that, there might be some markers that you could use to say utility marker. No, not really.
No, that's okay. I'll just be careful to make sure I'm clear what I'm attacking with, so you can see it.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I'm going to start at the bottom.
Well,
so
maybe
in the southern part.
Is there no way you can just show an attack that you're gonna do?
Well, I have to roll dice. So maybe that.
So well, I think what you could probably do is also you can click open the units.
That's true as well.
And then, that will give us an idea of where it's happening.
So a unit, sorry, I've just remembered this point. A unit can only, so one, like a stack of unit, a unit can only attack one hex. That I understand.
Yeah.
Can one hex only be attacked once at all? Or can it be attacked multiple times?
So a defending hex can only be attacked once per turn, because the idea is this isn't happening
one after the other.
in one day or whatever. This is a week or something. Yeah, that's passing.
It's also
by.
happening. It's happening in real time in the sense that, like, you're not going to have like one army group like, right, you guys go in.
Yeah. Oh
okay,
no,
right.
that didn't work. Let's go. yeah. Well, that would be the thing as well. Your odds would stay the same each time. So, which wouldn't be good.
Also, it wouldn't be like, okay, let's go again. No, not you guys. We've got other guys who are going to attack separately on their own this weekend. Like, although I wouldn't be surprised if that did happen.
A bunch of units in a surrounding hex. For instance, if we go in the north again, the 177 plus 243, that stack, plus the 9th division, that stack, plus the 82nd division, that stack, could potentially all attack the 121st Soviet infantry regiment on their division on all together, and that'll increase your odds. Plus, then you're also going to have bonuses from, like, if you use your prepare defensive, if you add artillery support to that, and if you add a air support unit to that.
Yeah, that makes sense. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to start at the bottom and just work my way up, and the reason for that is because I have plans.
Okay, that's good. It's also definitely the easiest thing to do, because, like, you have to pick a side and go, because otherwise, never remember.
Yeah, you don't want to be jumping between. You'll get confused. Okay, so first up on point 2634, can I right click it? Does that? Oh, wait. There is a combat thing. Yeah, if you right click on it, that can change its doodad. So I guess that's a way we could do it.
Yeah, sure.
It has auto DS shift.
That's auto. Auto. That's that auto. Auto defender shattered that I mentioned.
Right. Okay, that's no problem. And then there's German air support, and then there's combat results. Okay, so I am gonna have. You
can also mark things as moved and stuff as well with that. Yeah.
Well, the moved already does that. There's a little. If you look on the model, they do add the little moved thing.
That's cool. Okay.
I was just wondering if there was a way I could like right click on one of your units to say I have attacked this, but
yeah,
there isn't a way to do
not.
that. Okay, so I am going to have this big stack of 3, the fourth bicycle regiment, the 73rd Infantry Division, and the 298th Infantry Division wail on the 16th Infantry Brigade and 30th. Irregular is IRK. I don't know what IRK stands for.
Right.
Infantry Division. These are on 2734.
Right. Oh yeah, so the 16th is a free stacking unit, and IRK. No idea. It's an infantry division of some kind, but
yeah, I don't know what that's meant to be though. But yes, they're gonna attack. And are their stats cumulative or separate?
So let me have.
Because if they're not cumulative, I'll just have the 298. Because the 298 has a 6 for its attack. So
yeah.
Frankly,
yeah, so no, it's the whole thing together. So it's that 6 plus the 4 plus the 1 if they're all attacking. So that's total of 11 versus
on your
my defending of 5, but it's an elite unit.
Yeah.
Plus 2, so that's 7 in total. So like if you divide that and it rounds up, it's going to be a 1-to-1 attack basically.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, because I forgot the divide thing.
Yeah.
What?
So, but you could throw that unit in with the 13th and the 125th in, what is it, Hex 2533 against the unit in Hex 20, is it 2633? Yeah, 26.
Yeah, well, I was going to do that units after.
Yeah, but like you could group those two together in an attack against that, because then you're more likely to get.
Right, I didn't know I could do that.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like one stack. It can be groups of stacks all.
Right, sorry. I was about to say, what's the point of having like a big pincer of 2 units if you can't use them at the same time? Right. I would like to do that then, please. I'd like to. Yeah. I was going to do that, but I got confused. Yes, I'd like to have all these guys beat up some sailors.
If you,
that's a naval infantry brigade.
If you were just attacking like with the 13th and the, what was it, the 13th and the 125th, they'd be attacking across a river, and so their attacking strength would be halved, I think, but because attacking across a river.
Oh, that zoom in actually helps quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've zoomed in now. Wait,
yeah, I did it on the map on Twitch as well, so people could follow a bit easier, and so I could see it. Yeah, that's okay.
You can see the comments though if they're made. But yes, okay, that's what I would like to do then.
Just looking up attacking into cross a major river. No, so that's okay. And it doesn't get the defending bonus. No. Okay. So yeah, that's your cumulative 7 plus 4 plus your 11 from the minute ago.
Yep.
So that 22 versus in this case the same again. 7.
Yep.
Yeah. What I am also going to do is have my thingy on standby, so I can just go 22 divided by 7 and not have to think about it. It's 3-to-1, which I knew but didn't want to think about. But you also have a tank shift and a what are the CRTs? Let me get that up. So if you go to player aid cards, there's tabs at the top. You have the train one, then you have the CRT one as well, which is the combat results table.
Okay.
So, and then it also runs through what the different shift modifiers are. So you have one right shift for your tank shift. So that's 4 to 1. And
4
then
to 1.
another one. For the German elite tank shift. So that's 5 to 1. And then I don't think any of the other ones apply. Air support, no. Artillery support, no. The only thing that could help them is if they happened to... No, they're just in open terrain. So yeah, no fortifications or anything. So that's, yeah, roll a d6 on the 5 to 1 table.
Okay.
Which is gonna be fairly good for you.
So I roll 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6.
And I look at the table. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
A what? Ooh. I think that's the worst result in this. Yeah, it's the other way around.
Presume.
Yeah. No, because a lot of them, it's like the opposite way around. A 1 would be good, and then a 6 would have been bad. But in this case, it's one of the few.
That's DR2?
That's DR2, so that means defender, if you look down, it's got it next to the thingy at the bottom. Defender must either retreat 2 hexes and become disrupted, or conduct a determined defense. I can't conduct a determined defense at the moment. The only units of mine that can do that are the NKVD units. So I have to retreat.
Jesus Christ. Oh no. Wait, where are your NKVD units?
All those white units with NKVD in them. There's one in Rostov.
Yeah, there it is. Oh boy.
So
what you want? So you're gonna be retreating to hexes.
1, 2. There you go. I'll retreat to there.
Okay. Coolio. Right. We'll move on to the next.
You can advance after combat then.
Oh, can I? I still can't cross the line though because there's like this weird. Because there's one unit up here and one unit down there that's kind of like blocking it.
No. There can only be 1 hex in between it. So essentially, because you've blasted away that unit that was in 2633, it can't form a hex bond anymore with the 31st Division. And there's also there's 2 hexes between the 30th IRK and the 31st. Sorry. So there's no Zoc bond there anymore.
I follow. Sorry. My assertion.
The only thing you couldn't do is get in between the 63rd and the 31st because there's a Zoc bond still in between those 2 units.
That's totally understandable. I thought it was my relation
into that gap.
Yeah, I'm going to move into that gap.
And before you do that, I'm just going to look up whether with that you are eligible for a breakthrough combat. So you can advance 2, which means you can. If you could move up to any other unit, if you wanted to.
I would actually. I was going to ask, can I move it to 2633 so it's next?
So basically, then what you can do is that stack, and you could potentially also grab a unit out of the other one and move into the defender's hex with that and form a breakthrough group. And that breakthrough group can attack again. Well, just
what I did before.
So there, yeah. And then if you wanted to grab a unit from the 298th, that's in 2630, what is it, 35?
Yeah, I've got
34.
that.
Yeah.
Where do I move it? On top of the one I've just moved into place?
On top of the other ones that you've just moved
Like
there.
that?
Yeah, for instance, that one. But like, I wouldn't move that one because no, that's a free stacking unit. So you could add another one above that as well, because you can stack up to 3 units plus a free stacking unit.
I might do that then.
Well, like you could grab the.
Oh, I didn't grab the 298.
290. Yeah, you moved the 4th
Oh,
bicycle.
I thought I had.
But if you go, yeah, see, and that.
No, I've left it. Oh, god damn it! No, I haven't moved the 298. I've moved the fucking 73rd.
Do you want me to move the 73rd back?
Yeah, I don't know what's going wrong.
There you go.
No, yeah.
Up there. There you go. So that unit is now a breakthrough group, which means you have 2 points.
Okay.
To attack with. You've used one already.
Can I use this? Can
to
I use
move
these
into that hex? But you could use your last advanced point and your breakthrough point basically to attack the 30th IRK in that group.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Thanks for joining us, Bubble Reg. Yeah, you'll be able to watch Nye's further exploits in destroying me later back on YouTube.
Yeah. I don't have high hopes for myself.
Yeah. I think the only thing is though, you're right. I think you have to mark it as.
How do I do that?
I can't find. Because your breakthrough attacks are gonna be. No, I think, yeah, no, you can just do that, yeah. No, so you can do that combat straight away. And then you'll basically, if that unit is destroyed, then you could move up into that position as well. And that'll be it, because you could only advance 2. But, you know.
That's fine.
So the same system again, basically, yeah.
So, do you want to use your calculator or mine? God, that's the nerdiest thing I've ever seen. Because I can just blitz through the numbers if you want.
Yeah, sure.
4, 7, 1, and 6 for the attack on that one, and then also add a 4
7.
on top of that.
Yeah. Oh, is there what? A 4?
Am I not also doing the 73rd infantry?
Oh no,
division?
They can't join in now because only in a breakthrough attack, only the breakthrough group can attack.
No, that's okay then. So it's the numbers. There are 4 numbers: 4, 7, 1, and 6.
Yeah, so 18 to 7 then is 2 to 1.
2 to 1, okay.
Which becomes a 4 to 1 because you still have that defense. Right, let me have a look at the unit. I think they're just infantry, aren't they? Yeah, 2 infantry units. Make sure there's nothing in there. Because I have a fortification. You still have the tank shift, and then you have elite tanks, so it becomes a 4 to 1. Yeah.
And I could even if I wanted to be an asshole, like
add your plane in or something. No, you can't call in air support now because you're in a breakthrough attack. You could have initially in your original combat, and then they'd have joined in now as well.
Yeah, I'm not one to do that right now.
But so that's a 4 to 1.
Okay. Right, I shall roll a 1d6 then.
Yeah.
That's another 1.
Wow. Well, the defender has to retreat 2 hexes, so...
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think, yeah.
It's not the best, is it? You could move up.
No,
Oh yeah, I guess you could move that way.
I'm gonna move that way, and then you can, if you want, take that 2734 hex
With the big 4.
with
that
the
I have.
big stack. Yeah.
Oh no. Right.
Also take into account though that like there is somewhat of a gap in your lines now.
Why? Why is there? Oh my fucking god! It's not letting me grab all of them at once.
No.
There we go.
There
Yes,
go.
I see that. Don't worry. It's intentional. Probably.
Okay. I feel like, yeah, to be honest, I'm probably gonna be more concentrated on defending the Rostov area anyway, so...
Well, I was gonna have. Well, for my next moment, that was 1 attack, folks. 1.
Yeah.
I was gonna have
It will get quicker as we go on.
Yeah, I was gonna have the SS Viking Panzer Grenadier Division and the Slovenian motorized infantry attacking 2631. I think my odds are a little bit better in that regard. Just them though attacking that 1.
Alright. So what is that? 2631. They are across a river hex though.
True, but I don't think it's going to make it like a 1-to-1 situation. I think I still get like a 2-to-1.
I think it doubles the defender.
Oh, it does. I misread that. I'm still going to try and go for it though, because if I do that, it shores up that hole a bit better.
Let me just have a look on the terrain chart. It should have it up on there. So, a minor river, yeah. If you're attacking, if all of your units are attacking across the river, then the defender doubles their defensive rating. That's what you negated a minute ago by having that 1 unit, the 73rd and the 209.
Move across.
That stack, they were already across the river.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it negated it. No, I follow. That was less than I was fine.
Don't worry, if you do that across a major river, not only is the defender doubled, but your attacker is halved.
Well, it's... I think as well, what I was thinking was...
Rivers are important defensive positions. But...
They are very important defensive. What I was thinking was that... I mean, I don't need to attack there now that I think about it, because if you did hypothetically move that tank brigade in the gap, then the motorized grenadier could just move straight down and stop that if I needed to. So you can't wreak that much havoc in the south. That's why I'm more confident leaving gaps there.
To be honest, that tank unit is a 2-2. It's a
I'm
tank
not afraid
brigade, so I'm not gonna. I'm probably not gonna send it on any large suicidal runs into German territory.
We'll do some more attacking, because I think we need to get my go over so you can have yours before the game's up, because it's getting late. Okay, so next up is going to be 2530 14th Panzer Division. I think it's just on its own. It is. And the Mounted Infantry Division and 198th Infantry Division, the 4th Mounted Infantry Division, are going to attack the 383rd Infantry Division and the 395th Infantry Division.
See,
so they're going to attack.
In that case, the Panzer unit is attacking over a minor river, but it doesn't matter in this case because
there's another...
The 2 units above that are attacking basically from adjacent with no river.
So that's
is
what is the 10 in?
Oh, that's if a mountain unit is attacking into mountain terrain, then they double their attacking
gotcha.
value. So they go up to 10.
Not mountain.
No, it's a mountain unit. It's got a little
mountain. No, it's all right.
That's basically to negate the fact that a defender defending in mountain terrain also doubles their thing. So
Yeah,
that
that
makes
makes
mountain
sense.
units, yeah,
Designed for that. Okay, so
viable
yeah,
for
that
attacking
is
into mountains. So
5
that's
plus 6 plus
11 plus
7.
17, yeah, 18 against 10. So that's still going to be a 1-to-1, but you're going to get 2 shifts anyway.
Yeah, to 3 to
So
1.
3 to 1. Didn't even
Please
need the
not a 1.
calculator for that.
Please not a 1. A 2!
Woohoo! So on
So
3 to 1, that's same result again.
Yeah, it is.
Defender
But it's
retreats
fine.
2.
It's
You
fine.
advance 2. Where are we going to set up a defensive line there? Let's have a look. I'm going to retreat 2. Ooh, that's an idea. Bonk.
Well, I'm going to move the Panzer
Because that way
Division
I'm building
place.
a zone of control bond between the 64th and the, well, basically between hex 28, 28, hex 28, 30, and then between hex 28, 30 and our old friends in hex 26.
Yeah, don't worry. It's all coming to plan. Because look, you've had to leave bloody.
Yeah, precisely. I
3
still
1.
had to.
Those guys aren't going to
retreat,
be happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Don't worry, you're just going up against a fucking a Panzer Grenadier division.
It's not like there's, you know, a panzer unit
We're
that's
sailors.
just come in around the back of you,
Yeah.
and can still advance 1 hex because you had an advance 2.
Oh, well,
check
can I move it?
Because the initial hex might have been 3 as well.
Can I move it in front of the?
Let me just have a look. Advance after combat.
Could I move it up 1?
You can go in any direction you want after that. So.
Well, I was going to move it onto Kersnay-Luch.
You don't technically even have to move it into the hex that the unit.
Oh well, no, I did want to do that though.
Yeah, I know, but just saying it's
for future reference. Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
But that costs you 1 extra advance point though, because you're changing direction. But
if I go up,
yeah. Well, in any other direction than into the, in the direction.
Oh, okay, cool.
The one you kicked out, basically.
So that's fine. So I have 1 movement left. Yeah.
Just checking that you either have 1 movement or 2, but I think 1. Yeah.
That's fine. I want to move, and I should be able to do this because it's more than 1 away. Could I move up and behind this unit here in 2528?
Sorry, wait.
So could I move? Could I move the Panzer onto Krasny-Luch behind this unit? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But you can't use them to attack.
No, I know that. That's okay.
Well, yeah, because they've already basically attacked.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But obviously, yeah, if you block off the retreating route.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I would now like to attack with. This is where hopefully I'll get a better roll. All of the Italians, all the Italians, the 111th Infantry Division and the 370th Infantry Division onto the 74th and 73rd plus 176 Infantry Divisions. God forbid if somebody watches this without context, because this is just going to sound like gibberish. I do apologize.
Well, they can see it on the map. I'm selecting the units you attack every time, so... yeah. Okay. So that is...
Have you got the calculator ready?
Wait. 4 plus 2, 6 plus another 4 is 10. and the railhead. So 10 versus 10.
And that's not including the German infantry.
Yeah. So that'd be
which
1
is
to
a 6
1.
and a 5. Just for the Italians.
And then, yeah, are you throwing them in there as well? The German infantry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 21 to 10. So
21.
2 to 1. Plus
2 to
your
1.
tank shift is 3 to 1.
Where's my tank? Oh yeah, they have a mech. They have a mech.
Yeah.
Italians.
It's as long as it's got that black dot on it, it means it counts as a tank shift.
Okay, so that's 3 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 to 1.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not too. Yeah.
A 3.
A 3.
Hey.
Ooh.
Hey. It's the same
You'll
thing.
never
It's
guess
still,
what
yeah,
that
it's
is.
still.
It's a defender retreats to, you advance to.
Yeah.
So yeah. I can move through. Let's see. I think I can move through one zone of control. But I can't move through 2. So that really gives me only a very limited option of places to retreat.
Yep.
Which was definitely your plan, and it was well executed. Yep. Retreats. So, in order of precedent, I have to retreat to any hex that does not cause my elimination. If possible, end however far away from the battle hex, and if possible, retreat into a line of supply. Now, when called upon to retreat, defending units must man the hex, retreat, stacks. Units are eliminated if they retreat into a hex occupied by an enemy unit. I'm not going to do that. Across or into a zone of control, an enemy zone of control bond. I'm not going to do that either. Into 2 consecutive vacant enemy zones of controls.
Oh, sorry.
So I can just about escape. As I can retreat 1 to there. Then I'm in an enemy zone of control, but not 2 consecutive, because I'm going to retreat back to there.
Haha. I'd like to move.
Yeah, and they can advance 2 as well.
So we're moving the Italians.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not meant to take the Axis railhead, though, am I? The Axis railhead's gone with me. I need to put that back where it was.
Oh, no, yeah. Leave that where it is. Basically, that's going to advance up as you take territory up there.
Yep, that's fine.
That green line is, at the moment, is Soviet rail lines that you can't use, and as your railhead moves up, you'll be able to rail things into there, use it for supply as well.
Yep, that's fine. So for the Italians, I've moved them 1. Do I have to move them a second one as well?
You don't. No.
Okay, I don't want to do that, because then they're going to be taking on the Soviet infantry on their own, which I don't want them to do. Okay, that's that attack done. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the flow going, because I know this is really boring to watch if we just haggle on every single one. So next, I want to have next I want to have
everyone who is watching us.
Yes, very much. So we've got on the 22nd Panzer Division on 2125, and the 76th and 94th Infantry Divisions on 2225. They're going to go into this big stack. I don't know how well that's going to go. I'd like if you could help me with the...
let me have a look. So that's going to be defending at 12, and it's going to negate your tank shift, because there's a tank on the
there's already
side,
one.
basically.
Yeah, so what are the odds?
But you've got a 12 and a 7. So that's what, 8, not 18. 19 to 12 is still going to be a 1-to-1, I think.
Okay,
I'm pretty certain.
never mind then. 1-to-1 is not
Because you'd
great
need
odds.
to get like 24 to make it a
that-
2-to-1. The only thing you could do is you could chuck in artillery support. That would shift it to a 2-to-1, and fighter support, that would make it 3-to-1. The thing is, though, I can also add my artillery support from that south unit.
I'm
there,
not.
and
Yeah,
then
it's all right because we've fucked up. We fucked up the most southern point because that's just huge. That's an open wound for both sides.
That's like I've clearly got to re-establish a line further back now. So.
Yeah, so I'm happy. We don't need to attack every single point. We can leave areas. So next, I'm wanting to attack the point.
Yeah.
I'll tell
By
you
the way,
your one.
I still actually have to mark all those units as disrupted, which I did not do. Wait, what else retreated? This unit here, which is very important because that means they don't have
2727.
They can only move tactically, so only 1 to 2 hexes. They don't have a zone of control bond, and they can't attack. And their defense strength is halved as well, and they can't receive replacements. So being disrupted is very important.
Yeah, and that's all the ones though that I've moved.
Yeah, I've marked all of the ones that you
destroyed. So I'm now going to have so I'm going to tell you what point I want to attack from, and then you can see what ones I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to attack 2023, and the unit's pretty self-explanatory. 6 and 6 is 12, and that's 10. So no, actually, that's probably still going to be 1-to-1. Never mind. No, 2023 is.
Yeah.
That's 12 to 10. That's not really great odds.
2023. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Also, you don't have a tank shift in there anyway, which would probably help. You could use the artillery.
It's all right. I don't want to be using. I want to use stuff
it's out
for that
of range of my artillery support. So technically, if you used artillery, I couldn't counteract it. If you really wanted to take that point.
No, it's all right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I'm now just counting to see which ones are viable to actually attack, because it's distracting just going, I attack here. So that one's... Oh, I'm dead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, I would like to attack point 1821, because I've got 3 units that are there, a Romanian and a Jaeger division and just a infantry division, and that is
so 18 what?
1821.
821, yeah. Also, with those 3 units surrounding it, take into account...
It is a river, yep.
2 of those units are going to be going over a major river, the German ones, the 101 and the 68, so their attacking strength is halved.
Never mind then.
And the remaining unit is still attacking over a river, so that 5 would be a 10 anyway, the defending units. Yeah, 5.
Okay, no, that's fine then.
2 of your attacking units would be halved. That's probably
Nah, never mind. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to... Okay, sorry, I'm just going to keep doing some thingies. Okay. 5, 10... Okay, I think...
Weak spots up there, aren't there?
There's not too many. Sorry, I'm just having a... Okay, well, there's one really obvious weak spot that I've just found if that map looks right. So I'm going to double check what forest adds. No, woods don't add anything. Is woods just... Oh, I can't use my tank shift.
Yeah, you don't get your tank shift. It's basically the advantage.
That's not too bad, because I still get my elite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see where you're attacking. Yes. Yeah. No, I think, yeah, even like... You're already going to be at a 2-to-1 just from that one unit.
Yeah.
So...
Because it's 4 plus 10 plus 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that one gives me 21 on its own. For those wondering, it is the... Can they see it? Yeah, the 1512 is your point.
So yeah, 1512. So you'd be attacking with the 3rd Panzer Division, 23rd.
I'm attacking. It's a 3-to-1 without the shifts and things like that.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna get 2 shifts as well.
Was it cumulative, the elite Panzer stuff?
Yeah, so you get Pan's tank, because there's no other tank in my defenders, and you have elite tanks, so you get another shift. So basically, even if I have tanks and you have elite tanks, you at least get 1 shift.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have any elite tanks.
I'm kind of tempted to throw air on there, just so I can maybe destroy or damage units. I'm kind of tempted to, because then
I'd say like those infantry units
aren't worth
it as much. Like, okay, they're good defensively, but if you want to blunt my ability to do anything back,
it's the
probably want to focus on like that tank core behind it. The 13th is
better. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them attack into that. So that's a 5-to-1 with the 2 shifts as well.
Yeah. So so you're attacking from those 2 stacks. So the 305th plus the thingy.
Yeah.
Then that's 2 shifts, right? So what was it? It was 3-to-1, wasn't it?
It was
plus
3-to-1
2 shifts,
without
5.
the shifts, so it's 5-to-1 now.
5-to-1. Yeah.
So I'll roll my d6. That's a 4. So
that's somewhat better.
D1.
D1 is defender loses 1 step, and I either have to retreat 3 hexes and become disrupted or conduct
determined defense, which you can't without the NKVD.
Yeah. But I can't, so I'm going to have to retreat 3 hexes, and I also have to flip one of the units. Lose a step. There you go. And I'll grab these and...
Oh, there's a little white band on it now.
Yeah, so that means it's on its reverse side, basically.
Okay.
It's lost a step. Yeah, and if it's got a thick band left, that means that's its last step. So if it gets flipped again, it's eliminated. If it's got a thin band, it gets turned into a remnant, which has one of those thick bands in it.
And presumably you can combine
3-step units.
Yeah, and you can combine the remnants.
Well, you can use your replacements to bring them back up.
I followed, yeah.
But the 3-step units, if their remnant gets destroyed, you can never repair that unit ever again. It goes from eliminated to out of the game forever.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful with those ones. But these ones are just like normal infantry unit 2 steps. So if they're destroyed, I can rebuild them at some point, but depending on time and where. Where are we going to retreat? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Either way, they're going to be disrupted when they get there. So I suppose I can. Do I want to split them up? I will do.
And I'm going to move the...
There you go.
Panzer stack
Yeah.
into that space there.
So what did you get advance-wise? Advance 3. So that was one of your 3 advances. You could use the second one to use that entire stack. And you could add one of the infantry. Oh no, you can't. It's a full stack. Unless you had...
Nope.
No, there's no free stacking units.
Nope, there isn't. Nope.
But you could use one of your other 3 points. So you've used one already. So you're down to 2 points. You could use one to attack that unit.
Oh, actually.
And
could I have
played it?
Well, I was going to say, actually, I had a thought. Could I have moved it into 1612?
You could have, but then you'd have paid 2 points because you moved in a different direction rather than.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
But
yeah, I might.
It doesn't really make much difference because, like, if you use 1 point to destroy this, you also, for that 1 point, get to move into that hex if it's vacated by the unit, and then you still have 1 point left to.
Yeah, so I want to smash the tanks into these tanks, I guess. Yeah.
I think that's probably a good idea. So what's that? 10, 17, 21.
Yeah, 21.
So that's a
4 to 1.
4 to 1.
Without
with one shift. Yeah, you get one shift for your elite. So it goes up to a 5 to 1 again.
Okay, so I'll roll my d6. That's a 5. DR4.
Defender retreats 4. Defender must retreat 4 hexes and is marked in full retreat. No determined defense is possible. I mean, it's probably the best non-using or losing a step result.
Yeah.
But still, so I'll mark them in full retreat, which is worse than disrupted, basically. If a disrupted unit, well, basically it takes 2 turns for them to rally from full retreat to fully useful again. And I've got to move back 4 steps now. That's further than I wanted. 1, 2, 4. I'm moving back onto the road there.
Okie doke.
And there's a big gap there, so you can move into hex 1611 for free. That was the cost of your attack into it anyway, and then you still have 1 movement left that you could like push up further in any direction.
I might move them into 1. Oh, actually, I can't move them into 1711, can I?
Yeah.
Oh, could I?
You can, yeah. Oh no, wait. Yeah, no, because they have no zone of control
because they're disrupted.
Yeah.
Hot damn. Okay. I don't think there's much to do in this middle section. No, not really.
You've made a giant hole in it anyway, so.
Well, I was meaning like these pairings.
Also,
here,
those other 2 units, the 305th and the 389th, can also still advance 3 hexes. They just can't attack anything.
Oh, okay. Could I move it 1, 2 like that? Is that okay?
That would be 1, 2, 3, I think, because you're moving into a zone of control. So that would use up its but it is Yeah, it's
got 3. Yeah.
Let's move. Yeah. E.
I'm not gonna. Let me see. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think what we'll do is we'll finish off your combat phase, maybe.
Yep, that works.
Then
for
we
me.
can have a look next time to have another go if we want.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
let's see
enjoying it too.
I am, yeah. It just sucks, but once we get more familiar with it, I think as well,
Yeah.
I just need to be like, all right, I'm attacking this spot, I'm
It's
attacking this
yeah.
spot. Yeah,
It's
just be
it's
more
just also
relaxed with it.
one of those things like when you read it initially. I mean, it's 30 pages of rules like that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And like it looks really daunting to start with. I'm sure
Uh,
I'm forgetting a bunch of stuff and not letting you do stuff that you're allowed to do and stuff like that, and vice
oh,
versa, but you know,
it's okay.
we'll
5, 6,
learn.
7. Oh boy, actually, yeah, that's maybe this is one of the 10 to 1s. I don't know. Right, let me do the counting. So I'm going to attack the point 1403.
Yeah, that seems like a good
And
point to attack.
so let's do the counting. 10 plus 6 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 from just the 1303
Yeah,
stack. And also uh,
they're
15 from
defending
the
with 7.
1402. So 23 plus 15 is 16, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28. So 38.
So 38 to 7.
Yeah, I might double check that, but I'm fairly sure I've got it right.
Is a 5 to 1.
And I think I
two
get
shifts.
2 shifts, so I'm at a
So
7
that'd be
to
7
1.
to 1. So if you threw artillery into that and
The
an
AR,
air
it would be a
support,
9.
it's still just
That's
not.
okay. Oh no,
So it was. There you go. It turned out you couldn't
I'm
do any
only
10 to
getting a
1s anyway.
7 to 1 odds. I
Yeah.
just no.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm going to roll my
Just
d6.
don't roll a 1.
I rolled a 4. That's a
Yeah.
DS.
That's Defender
So
Shattered. So
yeah,
Defender Shattered, the defender loses 1 step determined by the attacker. So you can right click on one of those 2 units and choose the option combat results 1 step loss.
oh, on does it
On
matter which
whichever one you
one?
want. No, you can choose. You get to choose as it's 1 step loss determined by the attacker. So like that's
Probably.
advantageous if you're fighting like certain units where there's a tank division in there and stuff as well that you wanna just grab and destroy. Let me deal with that.
Not really sure how do I get? I just want one of the
Right
infantry
click
divisions.
combat result. Yeah. Just click on it and then select.
Oh, there we go. Wait, has that's not? Yeah, it's only done to
No,
one. The
that's
80
done.
seconds. There
Yeah,
we go.
that did
That's
it
fine.
to you. That it wasn't meant
Oh,
to do it to you. It was meant to do it to
sorry.
me. You get to choose one of my losses.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was me. Sorry.
Yeah.
How do I undo that? Did I
Just replacements. If you go to other replacements or gain step, that one gain step.
There we go. Okay, I fixed it.
Yeah, and then pick one of mine. Just gonna.
I'll probably go for the.
That person.
Would it be?
There we go.
Oh, was
Sorry.
there a?
Yeah. Do we want to be famous? Well, we're playing Hex and Counter War games on Twitch on a Sunday night.
Already.
We're either famous or we're never gonna be famous.
How do I? Yeah, I've got. No, I don't want that one. I wanted this one. I want the bigger one to thingy, because I don't really see the. Yay! Did I get the right one? I did.
I think so. Yeah.
But there's no point like destroying an infantry brigade because I can fight them pretty easily. Weakening an infantry.
Yeah, they
better.
also like those free stacking units. You need 2 of them to create a zone of control bond. So they have a zone of control, the 6 hexes around them, but they can't create a bond with the unit.
Yeah.
Units adjacent to them unless there's 2 of them in a hex. So, it's yeah. And now, so defender shattered, defender loses 1 step. Surviving defenders must retreat 4 hexes and are marked in full retreat. So I am not doing well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. There. Actually, I'm going to send them back to there.
Nice big hole.
Mark them as full retreat. There we go.
And I'm going to move the Panzer Division forward. Oh, no. Keep doing that. Put the rail thing back there. So that's 1, and how many advancements did I get? 3 for a 4?
For defender shattered, it was a 4, advance 4.
Okay, so that's 1.
Yeah.
And it costs 2 to move into this guy's sphere, doesn't it? Oh, no.
Yeah. Right.
Like that. So that'd be 3.
Advance after combat. So yeah, basically if you move into an enemy zone of control, must stop upon entering.
As long as it doesn't have more than 3, then I'm fine.
I think it doesn't actually cost an additional point. You just have to stop the moment you enter their zone of control. Fine. So it costs you 1.
Can I move within their zone of control? Like I can't leave it, but I can just like sugar around them within it?
No, you can only move after you destroy them.
Okay, well I'm gonna have a whack at them then. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So it's what was that? You moved
16,
1,
17,
2,
18, 19,
and that's
20,
your
21,
third
22,
one
23.
to attack it, potentially move into there. Yeah.
So that's 23 against their 5.
5. Okay, so that's 4 to 1 again.
And I get 1 shift because it's elite?
5 to 1 because of the elite tanks.
So I'll roll d6 because your other one cancels out my other shift, doesn't it?
Yeah, that little tank.
Well, actually, I have 3 shifts, but they all just mean 1 shift.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah,
it just you need 1 of them. You can't.
Yeah,
it's not
no, that makes sense. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's a 3 on a 5. Oh no, that's the bad one, isn't it? A1.
Yeah. So it's attacker loses a step and defender loses a step.
Can I pick which one I lose a step from?
Yeah. So in this case, we both pick it ourselves. Yeah, like they're both 1 step units. So.
Oh, are they? Oh no.
Yeah. So goodbye, Mr. Infantry. I don't know. Do I want to keep the? Yeah, I want to keep the tank because I don't have enough tank.
Oh wait, your ones are not my ones.
No, your ones are 3 step units.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Don't worry. They are eliminated, and this unit is disrupted, but also has to retreat 2 hexes. 1. Want to add them to that unit? Yeah, I do. No, there's already 1 in there. Where else can I retreat? Up there. No. I'm going to say down there. Those 2 hexes. Yeah. Okay, so I retreated. You have to take a step loss on 1 unit, which you have done
that.
On the 16th, because at some point they'll be going off anyway. Probably. Oh no, not now. It's 42. That's like in Which one is it? I can't remember what the name of that game is. Damn it.
I don't know. I don't know what game we're referring to. Is it a video game or a board
Endeavor
game?
or whatever? It's a board game as well, but basically you have the Normandy landings on the one side,
Right.
and so one of the players plays the Allies, and the other one plays the Axis on the Western Front, and then you also on the other side of the map, right across, you have Bagration basically coming in.
Oh,
And
wow.
on that side it's flipped, so the person who plays the Allies there plays the Axis on the other side.
Oh,
And
wow.
And one of the units, the
Okay.
16th Panzer Division, just keeps going between the two fronts as well, because they keep getting shipped back and forth.
Oh, really?
Which
Okay, interesting.
historically happened.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and that was why it made me think of that. There you go. But yeah, that's also a fun one.
Does the 6th Infantry Division just disappear from the board, or is it still there? Your Soviet one, the one that got destroyed.
One. No, they've gone into the eliminated box.
Okay, that's fine. I was just
if I open up my eliminated box, eliminated Soviet Union, Soviet
I see
units, the 6th, yeah, they are up there. They are no longer with us for now, but I can rebuild it at some point.
Okay.
You right, 80. So I retreat 2 hexes. You can technically still advance. So you'd advanced. You'd used 3 of your 4 points. You can move up 1.
One more like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this will be the final attack of the night, and then we'll close out. I just now need
to. The infantry units that joined in can also advance 4 as well. They just can't attack.
Okay.
They've got a maximum of 2, I think. So
one.
Their maximum was 4, but infantry, all the rest, infantry, security, bicycle, NKVD, have a maximum advance rate of 2.
2.
Whereas
I can actually see that. Yeah. There you go. I've moved them 2. 1, 2.
Yep. There you go. So yeah. See, so that's a big dent up there as well.
It's not great. No, yeah, it's nice pincer actually.
Well, it's great for you. It's not great for me.
Okay. Then I've got. Yes, this will probably be the last one. I just need to work out which one.
I wonder what you'll attack.
Well, I'm just thinking actually. So that's a 3.
Also, you don't have to throw every unit in a stack into an attack. You can choose units that join in.
No, I know. I'm just counting. I'm not the best at it. Okay, so that's 20, 26 plus. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack. I don't know. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to attack 1502 first, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to attack it with all of the panzers that are here.
Yeah.
And 2 of the infantry divisions from the one just above it in 1501. Yeah. And then the Stug and another infantry division are going to go into, with this one, into that.
Into 160.
Yeah. 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Remember, you can still chuck in some air support and the like.
Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm going to split the difference. I know you made that suggestion, but I think it might just be better to throw the Stug and everything else into that.
Into the attack in 1502 or...
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
If that's all right. That's what I feel is a better odds, because that might get me closer to...
Just get that. So,
26.
1502...
27,
You've
20,
got,
30, 31,
if you just attack
34,
with
35.
those panzers, you've got 10, 20.
So I've got
26.
45. I've got 45
you
of
can
attack
have a
with
maximum
both.
of 40.
Okay, so yeah, I
value,
will.
so it gets capped
I'll.
at,
That's fine.
Wait,
I'll,
let me just look at it for a second, because so you have 26 if you just attack with those panzer units versus 5, 3, 2, so 10. 26, 10 is going to be a 2 to 1, but you're getting 2 shifts, so it'd be a 4 to 1. So you could pretty much do that on its own without the other.
yeah, but I really want to destroy your units.
Okay, yeah, sure. I suppose in the other case, what you will have is like you'd be attacking over that minor river anyway.
Yeah, and I can just remove the 383rd Division's attack to remove the 5, so it's 40. So it's 40 to 10. Did you say? Yeah, 40 to 10. So it's a 4 to 1 on its own.
That's 4 to 1 plus 2 shifts is a 6 to 1.
6 to 1. Okay, so I'll roll my d6. That's a 3.
I'm pretty
so
sure your planes are sitting there going like, are we doing anything today?
Oh, well,
nah,
yeah, okay, no, actually, yeah, because that would get me to a 7 to 1, wouldn't it, if I had a plane? All right, I'll throw my plane in.
Of which most of the results are defender shattered.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll throw a plane in. Sorry, I'll retro. I'll keep the 3 though.
Chuck a plane on top of the unit. Well, your lead unit.
Does it matter which one?
Lead stack. I'm going to assume you're going to advance after combat with the big stack of panzers and mechanists.
Yeah.
So put it on that, because the plane's going to follow them and add a shift.
Oh, no, I meant which plane, because I have 2 types.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. They both provide the same. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. The plane's there. Okay, so that's a 7-1. Do you want me to re-roll to make it fair?
Let me just make sure. So air support 7 to 1. Yeah. No, you don't need to re-roll it. It's a free, unless you want to re-roll it. I'll let you re-roll it if you want.
Well, for fairness, because I'd rolled and then added the plane, so I don't know if it's unfair to keep the 3. It's up to you. I don't mind. If you think it's fair, then I don't mind.
I'm fine
because it's
with
DR4.
Yeah,
you've got to retreat 4.
Yeah,
it's not great.
So I lose a. Oh no, I don't lose a.
No, you don't. You just retreat 4. But retreating 4 is still bad in this instance.
Yeah, because they're in full retreat as well.
Yeah,
so they're not doing anything for the next couple of turns. In the very best case, and you could just as easily blast through a couple more units on you. Yeah. Whatever you want. Do you want to keep it? Do you want to re-roll it?
I'll re-roll it to be fair. I feel that's the fair thing to do. That's a 4, so it's now on
defender shattered. So that's the same. Plus, I also lose a step that you get to choose from. Those,
okay.
Those 3 units. You can destroy a unit if you take it off of the one that's already half destroyed.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
You can reduce a unit. Yeah. And either way, I have to defend retreat 4.
I can't. Did I just make it eliminated then? The 1/6. Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
I think have I eliminated? I have.
Yes, you have. It's gone to my eliminated stack. Yeah. So now they're in full retreat, and I'll retreat them 4 hexes. Difficult. I basically have to go up because I can't retreat through 1602.
Nope.
Well, I can, but I'd have to immediately go into 1702 as well, But I can't go 1602, 1703 because then they'll all be destroyed.
Yep.
Nice job. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll retreat them back to there. And now that unit is eligible for advance after combat, so you can advance 4.
1,
yeah,
2, and then there's 2 to enter this space, or did we work
apparently
out?
not. No, it counts as 1, but you have to stop unless you attack it. Yeah,
and can I use my last 1 to attack it?
Yeah.
So it has a total of 5, 6, 7 against my 26, and I get 2 shift because it's elite and aircraft.
So, yeah, 26 divided by 7 is a 3-to-1 still, but it becomes a 5-to-1 then. Yeah. Ooh.
So I will roll my dice. That's a 3. Oh no! God damn.
5-to-1. Yay! So yeah, you are gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy that infantry.
Panzer Grenadier.
Yeah, whop. And then I'm gonna retreat the tank corps. What is it? 2, I think. Yeah, 2 hexes and disrupted.
And I think that's us ended, isn't it?
You can move into that hex that I just vacated as well. And then, yeah. Unless, and those units up there, the infantry units can advance 2 hexes. And that tank unit, tank brigade, could advance 4 potentially.
But not 383 because it didn't attack. It was not involved in the whole thing. Because remember, I had
not them,
over, he's staying. But I wanted him to stay just in case you decide to try and punch through at the top there. Okay, and you were saying that the tank can move further?
Yeah, but I feel like it's in a good position there.
So could I move? No, I can't because there's 1 between them, isn't there? So I can't move to 1701, can I?
No, because you've moved. Well, if you wanted to go in that direction, what you've done now is you've moved into an enemy zone of control.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
So you have to stop anyway unless you were going to attack those units.
With just the advancing units?
Which you can't do because they're not the breakthrough group.
No, they're not. Never mind.
Panzer so they just move there, stop,
but
they are ideally placed if for some strange reason I leave those 2 units there, they're ideally placed to smash them with those 3 axis stacks next turn.
Yeah, they are.
But it seems like I will probably be retreating a bit.
Yeah, the north and the south. The south's not too bad. I think you've held the south pretty well.
Well, I think like the main problem is all of those disrupted markers, because there's going to be a lot of places where I can't reform a line properly because they're all disrupted.
Well, that's true.
But, yeah,
the south is actually quite recoverable because you could just pull back to the big river and hold pretty well, or pull back to kind of defend there. But
I'm pretty sure
the north,
that
the north is pretty grim.
I'm pretty sure. Let me just move that NKV. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, we're gonna have to hold Rostov because it's 2 victory points. Ooh.
Well, that can be something we do in the future.
Yeah. Ooh. Right, I'll save that in a second then. There we go. Yeah. So, thank you everyone for joining us tonight for a quick introductory and learning game of Stalingrad 42. I hope it was enjoyable to watch. I think it might have been a bit more fun for us to play than it is probably to watch in hindsight, but
Yeah, that's totally fine.
But we're learning the system, and you know, if we play it further, it'll probably all go a bit smoother as well.
Yeah, of course.
And next time I'll force Nye to tell you about Fall Blau anyway throughout the game.
Well, yeah,
everyone.
it would be nice to try and play the game as well. Like
Yeah.
I feel bad when I just stall for like 30 minutes and we talk about history. Not that that's a bad thing, but
I think that's kind of the idea anyway, that we sort of play a game, talk about what's happening at the time anyway. So yeah. But
what, as I said, once we get a better feel for it, we'll be able to go a bit quicker, and then we can
the turns will
back.
go quicker anyway. It's also it's like the first scenario. It's 8 turns, so the idea is it's one of the shorter ones anyway. But we'll see how it goes. Anything you want to tell the people about Nye for this week?
Nothing too new. Same as always. If you check the YouTube description, there should be my Linktree account, and that has all the stuff I do. So there is there's this, there's Garblag, and there is Enclaves and Embassies. I don't have any personal projects really on the go at the moment, so maybe I might start something there. But check out all those lovely YouTube sites and like Twitter and stuff. But as I said, I don't have any personal projects, so you're not really getting much in that regard. I have a YouTube channel, but I've kind of been a bit too relaxed on making content for that. But I will be returning. I have stuff I need to get done. I have plans.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
We look forward to seeing those.
Yes. And do you have anything, Lewis?
Well, I suppose I should probably mention that at some point soon we're going to be starting a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition game. As we've decided on a system now. Based on the whole world around Aris that we developed in the previous sessions of Worlds Without Numbers. So if you were wondering what was going to happen to that, now you know.
That's what we're going to do.
And Nye is very kindly going to be GMing.
Yes, I will. And we'll, are we streaming that, or are we just recording it?
We're going to be recording that, and then it'll go up on the channel.
The YouTube,
Yeah. It also gives me a bit more leeway producing wise. Like,
of course,
I can add in fun sound effects and things, and
of course,
cut out all of the obscenity and swearing that happens throughout.
I was going to ask: is it going to be, or is it going to be video and audio, or are we just going audio? I don't know about that.
I think the plan was video as well, but I'll see what everyone's okay with.
Yeah, of course. Naturally, it's important.
We'll see. Yeah,
it would be the same
if
thing.
If it's only audio, I might throw it up as a podcast then instead.
Oh, okay. Or dump on YouTube. I mean, gently place it with lots of care and respect.
Place it with lots of care and respect after. Yeah.
No, I would dumping it on YouTube.
Yeah. So there you go. Coming soon from SoMuchGame.
Exactly.
Anyway, thank you for joining us for Stalingrad 42 turn 1. Axis turn 1, that's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
And plus rules. And then, we'll maybe return to this again at some point. I was having fun, so I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I was having fun as well. Yeah.
And other than that, I don't think I'm doing very much else this week. Not on Garblag anyway. That I
No,
can
yeah.
think of.
We should probably end the stream at some
Yeah,
point.
we should. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining us at SoMuchGame for Stalingrad 42. Yeah. And we'll see you next time with more Stalingrad 42, something else, or maybe some D&D. Right. Bye from us. Good night. Stay safe. Stay gaming. Bye.